Hey guys, this is Gwendolyn, and for this video I would like to show you some of the shaving options that you may have for this summer or whatever works for you. But I've shown some of these things in another video, in a previous video, but I would like to go a little bit more detail with some of the things that I've used. So let's start with like the waxing. This is the waxing product that I showed you guys before, but this time, you know what, I'll actually open it and show you what it looks like inside. And this is an organic type of a wax, this particular one, and it has sugar, lavender, and some other flowers or whatever in this wax. Of course it's hard like that because it's not melted. And that's what I use the heating dock for, to melt the wax. And I would of course put this on here, plug this up, and it starts to melt the wax. And I also, with that, this particular brand, the Moom, I think it was called, the organic and natural hair remover with tea tree oil in here. So this is the container that it comes in, and in the container it comes with these strips that you can reuse. You see mine is all beat up because I've used it a few times. You can clean it and then just reuse it. And what I do sometimes immediately after shaving, after waxing rather, and I use this one under the arms or wherever, mostly under the arms. And directly after I get the strips, and I put it under really hot faucet water, and you can see the wax would just starts running off. So it's not hard to clean these. So it comes with, I think, just two of them or a couple of those.
It comes with a couple of them because I have some downstairs that you gave to me to use.
Yeah, I still have some in here. Comes with the different type of the wooden sticks, you know, for dipping in there. And I dip with my stick and I apply it under the arms wherever I'm going to shave. That's what I use the sticks for. And I have another one in here. These are strips, of course, for probably around the eyebrow, or if some people have hair here around the lips or whatever, they're thinner, of course. And I've never used these because I don't have noticeable hair yet. Give me a week or two, probably have a full mustache and beard. So I have a few of those. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these. You guys, my hands are shaking a little bit because Alexis, with her personal training head, puts me on these products, these things, and it's making my hands just tremble. I'm sitting up here like a crazy person.
So you got the jitters.
I know they're natural for me, what she does, but trust me, my hands are just shaking. Anyway, I can feel it. Everything I'm touching, feel like I'm doing this. So, but anyway, this is one option, the wax. And you keep it in the jar if you like. You can pour, you can melt it also in some type of a saucepan or something with water in it. Boiling water, you set the jar inside there, and it does the same thing as this dock here. It does the exact same thing. And if you like, you can pour it into something else and transfer it that way if you want to use it that way, but I typically use it straight out of the jar and I reuse it this way.
It's easier to just keep it in the jar.
Yeah, I just put the top back on, leave it, it's going to settle like this. And then I keep going. I have another jar in there I started to bring in here. It's way lower because I've been using it for a while. And this lasts a long time, in my opinion. It lasts a while. And this is a product, being that is natural, I would think that even a pregnant lady or something could also use it. Because I know when you're expecting, you need to be a lot more careful with what you're using. But with any product, always follow the directions thoroughly. And they do come in here, follow your directions. And also, if you have really irritable or some type of really extremely sensitive skin, I would advise trying a little bit of this somewhere where you can feel the heat of it, because you heat this up and it has to go on warm. Waxing has to go on warm. So give yourself a little sample area and do a little bit of a time at a time. You know what, it may be a good idea if you're using a sample to use one of the tiny strips and see how that feels, how that works for you. Make sure you don't get any irritation. Making sure you don't put this on too hot. Do a small part of your body at a time. Just like take your time with it. Area. Take your time with this, yeah. So that's one option, of course. And like I said, it comes with the instructions and a little bit more detail of what's inside of the ingredients. But it's organic. This is a really good product. And it does remove the hair really, really well. But you know, when you're waxing, you need to, unfortunately, grow your hair wherever you're going to wax a little bit. Just give it enough. I think the directions on most waxing would tell you that, to make it where the product can actually grip, can actually stick to the hair and rip it off. And remember, for people that's never waxed, I know a lot of you know this, but just because. As you're waxing, you apply the wax wherever you're going to use it. You put your strip across it, and you usually go in the direction, you pull it in the opposite direction of the hair. But as you're going to remove the strip, once the wax is on there, like I say, you rub the strip on there to get all of the wax connected with the strip, because you're going to remove it all, hopefully, with one pull. So you hold the skin, like I said again, taut. You pull, you go fast, go quickly, and you pull the strip away from the growth of the hair follicles. So if your hair grows downward, you would rip this upward. And you pay attention to your hair growth, because you'd be surprised how some grows in different direction. If you're not getting those few that you're trying to pull up, I've realized that. So sometimes you have to switch directions. Just be creative. And you could use the smaller ones if you have a smaller area. The slower you pull the strips off of the area or away from the area, the more wax you're going to leave. You're just going to be, it's be a mess. I would advise you to really, really go quickly. Try to go quickly, and it's less painful.
Close to the skin.
Yeah, that's why when you get it, when you put it on there, you rub and rub and rub this, and you could see that it gets a little bit darker, like if it's getting wet. You would be able to see that really connected. Rub it like that. That's what I do. And then it's also heating it more a little bit. Then you pull. Remember, hold the skin and then pull away. This is a good option. And it's a little bit uncomfortable for people that's never waxed. I know most of you probably, of course, have. But for the ones that haven't, it lasts a long time too. It can last for... when I've used to do it all over, get it done all over, I went to a professional, and it would last me up to almost 8 weeks. Almost 8 weeks for me, so which is roughly 2 months. It could last longer depending on the hair growth, but my hair grows really fast. And I could get mostly up to, I think I could get a full 8 weeks in. But anyway, it varies per person. And the more you do it, because it's ripping the hair from the root. So the more you get that done, the longer the process for the hair to grow back. So that's an option. So anyway, waxing. I know everybody knows about waxing, but that one person that doesn't, boom, got you. So another option, and this, like I said, it doesn't matter whether or not you're expecting or things like that, if the skin is not irritated. Do not use on sunburn or irritated skin, just don't. Go find another option. Maybe go to the old school of just shaving. And I like the Venus shaving system here, because these particular ones has the aloe or moisture in the little strips on the side, or some these little, the part around the edges of there's some moisture that releases on you. I wet mine, I wet the skin, of course. This is the way I do it. I prep myself. And then I wet this down so I can wet the little moisture strips that's across right near the blades. And this one is a 5 blade. So as you're shaving, something is more than likely to get caught in the process. So in shaving, you also, I believe the proper way to shave also is to hold the skin taut a little bit. And you can shave in either direction, to be honest. You can shave with the hairs or against it. I just believe whichever works for a person. But I genuinely do everything against the hair, because I want to raise the hair a little bit and cut. And it's a good idea, I think, to buff the skin, prep the skin for most things that you're going to do, because what you're doing is removing some of the dead skin that just sits on the surface of our bodies. And that, in that way, when you're shaving, it's focusing or concentrating more on the actual hairs and not so much just the skin. Because you may find yourself having to go over a path over and over again because we have dead cells that just sit on the skin. So I would buff with some type of one of those natural buffers. I would, to prep the skin for shaving softly. I'm not talking about scrubbing with your skin. But for using I like the Venus, like I said, because it has some moisture in it. And I usually buy sensitive type of products, things for sensitive skin. I just rather take that route than the others for most things. This is what I do. And after shaving, especially for underarms, I stick with the type of even a deodorant that helps protect under the arms as well. I stick with types of deodorants that keep the skin light. It doesn't darken in the shave areas. That's what I do to keep the skin looking all nice, one color. Yeah. My underarms and things like that are not really stained bad. I try to take pretty good care of those. So okay, so the Venus, the wax, and that's two options. Another option would be, between these two, I'll go with this one first, the No-No. Okay, here's the No-No, and I know that a lot of people probably still don't 100% know about this product, and they come in so many different colors now, and they also have I think one less, it's a little bit more sensitive. They have a newer one for the face and everything, but this can be used on the face and all over bikini areas. I got this one that is the maximum strength, because for this, I'm just one of those people. I want to get in there less time traveled, so to speak. So I have this particular one. They're all, I believe, similar. And as you're going to use this, you charge it. It's a button under here to charge it. I turn it on. At the bottom here also, the charging space is there, and here to turn it on. And I don't know if you can see that, but the little lights come on across the side view there. The
little screen.
And there's a button here that adjusts the strength of how powerful you want this to work at the time. I always max everything out, typical of me. But you can adjust. See, there's one bar, you adjust it. If you can see that, there's, I believe, 2 now. And I use it at the max, 3. And then it's officially on. So the way to shave is to hold the skin taut, again, like you would do with most things. And you just go along the hair like that. You try not to get all that bumping in there. You keep it moving. You can go with the hair or against the hair. If you were able to see them, if my skin was lighter and the hair was darker, I've removed some hair already.
I can see that you've removed some.
Yeah. This is a laser, so you have to be extremely careful with using lasers. And this is not to be used if you're expecting. If you're pregnant or not sure if you are, do not use this. Just because, or ask your doctor if it's okay. I'm not sure if the legs and things matter as much, but we know that pregnant ladies grow hair in weird places, and usually around our tummy area, and if they're trying to shave that, stay away from them. No, it's not a good idea for expected mothers to use, because the amniotic fluid that the fetus sits in, it naturally conducts electricity itself. So you would not want that with this electrical charge going through your skin. because it does go through the skin. So that's being said, there is no current studies that I know of that would say this is okay. I don't think is, I'm not sure if it's okay to use it in other areas. I don't know how far that charge goes. But in my opinion, stay away from it. If you're expecting, if you're not sure that you are, in my opinion, stay away from this electrical charge that you're putting through your body. Because like I said, it has to go deep enough to kill the follicle of the hair. And that's what it's doing. It's like it's burning it. I don't know any other way to say, because you can feel like the slight heat from it, and it is burning a little bit. But it's not painful. And if it is uncomfortable, this particular one, like I said, the highest strength no device that they, I don't know if they have newer ones that are higher strength, but for this one it is pretty high. You lower the setting here. You lower the amount of electrical charge that's going through. You push this button and you lower it. Like I said, always use everything on the max. So I'm raising it back up. And then if you may have seen me do earlier, if you're trying to go in the wrong direction, it does nothing. If you're trying to go against the way this is designed for you to use it, it won't do anything.
Yeah, you have to just turn it if you want to go down.
Yeah, you turn it out, you turn this in opposite direction. Because you're rolling against this, it's a roller here, and that's what you're pretty much rolling.
No, you go down.
You go down, that's right.
The ball...
If you want to go down, the ball has to roll.
It has to roll in one specific direction.
And you can feel it. You can see little hair follicles, and then you get a buffer that comes with. They have a small one. You can use this like around your face area. All the most areas, I believe, even bikini areas, you can use this, the no-no. Like I said, remember, if you're not expecting, if you're not pregnant or whatever, other than that, and if you have really sensitive skin and things like that, for any of that, I would stay away from things until I'm sure of what I'm doing. I would read my instructions thoroughly. I would ask a dermatologist and things like that. Be safe. It's just not worth trying to look good and you end up with the long-term problems. It's just not worth it. So as you shave, use the no-no. You get your buffer. They have a larger one for the body, this larger one. And they have this little tiny one. I'll show you this really quickly. And you hold it like that. You grip these little ends. And like if this was around the face, you buff. But I'm using the one for the body. So I grab the little wings. They're just lying down, the little wings. And you buff. And if you were able to actually see this closer, the hair follicles are just falling off. And you buff it off. And this lasts, wow, for so long, usually. You have to go in steps. I'll show you too. You can change out the little charge here. What is this? Like the little electrical laser here. You can change these out. You have a smaller one here. I don't know if you can see the difference in the two. One is smaller for getting those smaller around the lip. Maybe some people have sideburns and things like that. And read instructions to find out areas you stay away from. And then you see the larger one across the bottom. That's what I have in here, a larger one, because I usually use this for my legs. You can use it all over. It's up to you. But I don't use this under my arms because I have one of those extreme sweat conditions, and that's being currently looked into. I'm scheduled to see if Botox would be an option to tone down the sweating. And what that does anyway is, when typical, especially ladies, our hormones get oh my gosh, they get thrown off so much. Whether you have a kid or you don't, we go through so much. We go through so much. Our poor hormones are just working so much. Those things never take days off. So sometimes they're overworked. And if you have something going on too much somewhere, typically, almost guaranteed, we have an imbalance. Something is not balanced. And that's why we get something that's just off. Hot flashes and everything. It's just the hormones are doing something. They're doing something. So I perspire a lot. I sweat a lot. I know it's not the most pleasant ladylike thing to talk about, but it's a real issue. And I'm getting that dealt with because it's just something I can't stand. It's just so annoying, and so that's why I don't use this for my underarms. And if you use this as directed, then no, it would advise you to use it like up to 3 weeks in the beginning, and I think you use it once a day. You use it once a day in the beginning, and then in week 1 through 3, you should notice a difference in the hair growing lesser. Then like when you get to between 3 to 6 weeks, you should see lesser hair growing. Then from 6 to 12 weeks, it should be even less hair than that. Some areas may not grow at all. Then that maybe it's getting lesser and lesser because this is destroying or burning away the follicles, the roots of the hair. So then by week 12 and up, you would see, if you're using it correctly, you should see possibly no hair. There are areas where I've used the no on my legs, and it's been a few years, and I have not been consistent like I should. I have not had the hair grow back yet. And I am a person, oh my goodness, if you want to talk about the wolf in me, I can grow, and it hasn't returned. My legs, I don't have to shave my legs, but maybe, and this just like touch up, hit and miss areas, maybe a few times a year.
Yeah, there are certain parts of my legs that the hair has not grown back.
Yeah, I haven't had parts as well. I've had the no for...
And I wasn't using it consistently.
I don't use it consistently. I didn't use it like they told me to. They told me. I didn't use it like the instructions suggested. I did not. Because I just found myself forgetting or something. And it still worked. I was so shocked because my hair was, I thought it would grow back some weird way, but it started to get thinner and thinner. And like I said, today I have most of my leg that is legs that has no hair at all. This could possibly stop hair growth for so long it would feel permanent. But the only thing is I don't think anything guarantees permanent hair growth to stop, because where you kill off one follicle, another one could pop through.
Yes, ma'am.
So they can't really guarantee, because hair and nails are something that grows pretty much a lifetime, and even after death, to be honest, it continues to grow.
Yeah, it's true.
Isn't that weird?
And it's weird, yeah.
So yeah, so people that are struggling with bald issues, don't worry, when you pass away, you're going to have long hair. No, I'm joking. I swear I'm joking. But the hair continues to grow, and your nails, that's funny. Not cut my nails a little bit, you guys. Please check it out. It does not hurt. And when you're using it, again, I'm going to repeat, you don't press down on it. I'm going to show you what happens if you're using it incorrectly. What would happen is it would start, like if it's doing...
Other way.
I forgot I was going down. If you're pressing down the wrong way or not doing it correctly, see how it's doing that? You don't really want that. I thought when I first started to use, and I'm like, ooh, look at the little charge it's doing, and it's like, that is so wrong.
If you're going too slow, it's not going to do it right.
It needs to just glide like that. It needs to glide like that. This is so amazing. I'm so glad I tried it. And it, like I said, does not hurt me. It does not hurt me. And if you're ever using it, like I said, if you find out that you're a little bit, it feels uncomfortable, try to lessen the little bars on it. Try to lessen the strength of the electricity that you're using. Try to lessen and see if that helps. And if not, maybe try the one that's mostly for the face now. They have a smaller, cute one. Try a lesser strength. Talk to customer service, find out your options, because it may not be that you can just get away from it. And using any type of laser, this can be used on any skin color, any skin tone, any color of hairs. And I know there are other lasers out there that specifically you have to have really light colored hair. It doesn't matter your race. It's just the hairs need to be really light for the laser to pick it up. And there are different ones out there. I wanted to try some of the other ones, and I found out, did my research, and found out the darker hairs, it can't recognize it. So if it can't recognize it, the machine, the gadget will not work. Not for no, I'm talking about one of the other ones out there. And I was so glad to see, because it does like that, like I think where you would do in a dermatologist office or whatever, it does that little, you can tell it's doing that shock a little bit at a time, I guess. That's how it's working. I'm not 100% sure. But the way the head is made is a tiny circular head on one of the other ones I've seen.
Oh, I've seen that one too.
I forgot the name of it, but it looked great. I was so happy when I saw it on the market. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I can't use it. And no one with darker hair. It's just one of those things, like, it's something similar with certain type of testing that we do, like, I don't care if you're being tested for cancers or whatever like that. An age group, when you're under a certain age group, all the technology they have out there, their machines and things cannot pick up something where you think it could. Things can look similar. Like a younger person getting the mammogram, for instance. Too young of a person doing a mammogram, the cancerous type of whatever they're saying, the cancerous type of tissue or something that they see that's cancerous, it shows up like as if you just say a particular color. It looks a certain way. But in younger people, it matches. It's hard to determine the two. So that's why, if you notice, they don't send you guys in when you're under a certain age, under 40, 30 maybe something, maybe it depends. But you don't get like mammograms. That's for the same reason. Some lasers, it can't recognize color. That means you have to go more detail to find out. But the laser situation won't work. Those other lasers will not work. I don't care what you're doing. They're not going to turn, meaning it won't work. It won't turn on. Yes, ma'am. It would just shut off. And the instructions specify that. That's why I don't have one of those as well. I would have had one because, you guys know I buy something to try it. And that's why I don't have some of the other ones. This one, any skin type, any hair color, this no will work. Amazing. And they approved laser at home back in like 1997. But it was like about, I want to say around 2006 or 7 that this product came out, because it took a while for the FDA to approve it. Yes, because it's a laser. Exactly. It took a while for the FDA to approve it, because think about it, typically when you're doing something laser, don't you think to wear the protector eye gear and everything? You think to wear all of that. You don't need any of that for using the no. But until, like I said, then later they came out with the no, and that's why it took a while to get this actually on market. They had to wait on it to be totally approved by the FDA, even though laser was out in 1997. Yes, ma'am. So, but this is really a great product. And then if you like to change out your heads, I think you just... I forget how you do it. I haven't changed mine out. Pull it out. There you go. You just pull it out of the little opening in there. I don't know how well you can see that. And you could replace it with one of the other ones. Let's put the one in here for like your face, for like this really smaller areas. I'm going to put one of those in here really quickly and show you how it looks. There are 2 bars, metal bars that are down in there, and this has the ending with the little holes in there, so you can align it perfectly. My hands are still shaking from Lexus trying to... You can't blame me. Put stuff on me. I have the one in there for a closer shave in smaller areas. Let me see how... Other way. Keep doing that.
The front of the machine is
goes
the direction
towards
it goes.
You. That's right.
So whatever direction the front is facing is the direction it goes.
Correct. As Alexis was reminding me, the front of the gadget, you go in that direction. That's wrong. See that? That's incorrect. You don't want to hear that. You have to get a steady movement like that.
You need a steady amount of pressure. And
I don't have any hair there. That's why it's kicking too. I don't have any hair there.
And it will start
So
stuttering if there's not enough hair there.
That's true, because I'm going in the same area. There's no hair there. And then this is for like around here and things like that. Oh, blue, blue. And some people do like their sideburn areas or whatever. That smaller one that's in there. So we changed that out. So I'm going to turn it back off. And I hold this little button a little bit. I think I hold it. So it's back off. This is a no-no. Remember, excellent, excellent product. If you're not expecting, if you're not pregnant, this is an amazing thing to use. Do not use if you don't know for sure if you're expecting a baby. Do not use this. Remember, it's just not safe because your body is generating electricity that's protecting the baby. It's generating electricity as well. Do not use this. And as I use the no-no, I do the last step with using their cream. And this is the type of lotion. It's like a lotion. It's really soft. I use this. This is an after treatment cream. And it has a type of, what it says on here. It says, why always say what? Like somebody's going to pop in with information. With Capislow, whatever they mean by that wording, this helps to slow down the growth of hair, this lotion. So actually you could use this with any shaving device. Anything that you use to shave, you can actually apply this. And this is, it says, after finishing a no-no hair removal treatment, apply literally to clean, dry skin, smooth. It can be also applied after traditional. Yeah, it can also be applied after traditional shaving or other type of things that you use to remove hair. This can be used there. And it slows down the hair growth. And it's soft. It makes the skin really soft. It's not the best smell to me. It has a little bit of an odd smell, but it goes away.
I haven't used that.
It goes away. But I use my lotions right after shaving with the no-no. But with anything, like I said, this lotion you can use on anything after shaving. Great, 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 long term success if you use it as instructed. You can have long-term success with this. So another idea, and maybe my last one, once again, is the EmjoiOptima. Emoji?
I actually don't know.
You know those little thingies? What are those little thingies that people put on there? They send in text.
Like emojis.
Doesn't it look almost like that?
It looks like emoji. Maybe that's what it says.
Maybe it's emoji. I'll send this in a text and see. So, but anyway, this is the Optima. We call it that. This baby here. This is the one that I showed once. But this thingy is a bit much. I would never use it on sensitive skin. Of course, I wouldn't use any of these if my skin is irritated or sunburned or whatever. And yes, you can get sunburned on any skin tone. You could suffer sunburn. I've learned. I had no clue until I found out that's what I had. And this one shows, in the instructions, it shows that you can use it in bikini areas as well.
I can't use that.
I don't use, once again, I don't use this device underarms. Remember, I have the sweat situation that I'm having looked into with, possibly, my dermatologist is possibly going to try the Botox, I'm not really sure, to just stop the gland muscles from contracting so much of the sweat. So we're going to consider doing that. But anyway, so this, the only thing I use my underarms at this point is just a regular shaver. I don't like regular shavers that much. I make sure they have a lot of moisture. Oh, with the shaver, with the regular shaver here, you don't need a type of a shaving cream with the ones that has the treatment on there. You pay attention to whether or not it has the aloe treatment or some other type. There are different ones. There's some with lavender and things that, like I said, it comes off as this is wet. it provides a moisture on the skin.
Yes, ma'am.
It's so soft. But you don't really need a shaving cream with this if you don't want to use one. If you press down too hard, I would think to use a shaving cream. I don't press down too hard on anything. I take my time and go over it a couple of times. I don't press hard. But this is an option, of course, always. Has nothing to do with, only thing is, like I said, with anywhere you're irritated or sunburned, stay away, in my opinion, wait till you heal, stay away from everything, to me, and just come back to that later. It's not that important to me to risk something here, with your skin damage. Okay, and for the Optima here, this baby, as some of you may know, this is a super fast, supercharged tweezer. That's pretty much all it is. And these little these little metal thingies on here, they're pressing together like this, super fast. As they're rotating, they're pressing together, and they're gripping hair. So they're what? 1, 2, I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, even number. 8 of them. I think it's 8 on there. And they're gripping hair super fast. So if you can take a lot of tweezing, that's what this is. So, and this goes like, let me see if it's see how fast the thing can turn. Sounds like a car running or something. So imagine what it's doing. It has 2 settings. It has a medium, if I can get it there, and faster. That's the fastest. That's a little bit slower. See there, maybe to see them turning. And off. Now I'm going to try this on my arm. If I fall out, just keep filming. So I'll show you. And you go with the skin. It's always better to pull the skin, but you just go with the skin really quickly like that, and it's pulling up the hair. I can feel it tweezing. Hair is falling down here. So that's how that works. And this can be used all over, as you saw in the instructions. But remember, I don't use it under my arms. Not yet. Not until I get my treatment. I don't use this. For my underarms, I do use waxing. I've used waxing and I use the shaver. Neither one of those have any effect on this sweating. And this top head here, you can change this out if you don't want to use the tweezing. They have this little bar here. You squeeze that and that comes out. And you could put in there just a regular shaving head. It has a cap on it. The cap there. And you use the regular, see that's the inside of it. Brush away anything in there. The little brush. Because those little hairs fly everywhere. And you can put in here just a regular shaver. Maybe it has to go in a certain way. Oh yeah, I was trying to just put it in there either way, and it wouldn't go in correct all the way. So let's see how this is. She's really bonkers. Whoa, this thing. What's that? Leftover dirt and stuff in there. That's not even max. That's the max.
Oh my gosh.
That's insane. You're blowing out little dust or something.
You haven't used that one, have you?
No, I've never used this. And this is a shaver. Okay, I'm going to try this shaver. Let's see what happens. Oh, you don't feel anything. I don't feel anything. I don't feel anything at all. It's smooth. I feel nothing. So and then especially if you always hold the skin tight like that. It's really funny that you hold your skin tight for almost anything you do in the world. If you're going to get a shot, anything, they should put pressure and squeeze the skin really tight. That's just funny, and a lot of people don't. You squeeze the skin really tightly, and it helps.
Exactly.
It's like, I don't know, if it's like a barrier for the skin. It helps with
Yes,
higher
ma'am.
the skin layers.
Exactly.
It works like
It
a barrier,
helps,
and it does help. But that shaver, I did not feel anything. I felt nothing. You put it on the highest, I feel nothing. I go in the other direction. I feel nothing. Oh, my arm's gonna be bald. I'm about to do this arm too. It's gonna be bald. Look, I'm gonna leave it here for a second so you can see this. Look. Look.
You can see the hair.
Oh, my hair is falling away.
You're shedding.
It looks like I'm shedding. That is funny. Maybe that's funny. Okay, so, wow. That's the shaving part. Wow, and I've never used that. I've just used this one, the tweezer.
I don't like the tweezers.
This is really soft. I can't describe it. I feel nothing. I feel nothing. It's like it feels no different if you're doing this. That's crazy. As if I'm just rubbing my skin.
That's
I feel
crazy.
nothing. This is an amazing thing. I've never used that. So you guys saw it for the first time. I've never used it. Not that part of it. I'm going to take this out because I would, of course, need to clean everything. And I'll put this one back in. And I took it out because I'm going to clean it. Just brush away any hairs or whatever that may be on it. And brush those away. But it's just mine. I use it. No one else uses mine. So I can leave all my germs in there if I wanted to. It's just for me. So that's another option. Amazing option. Once again, this one you don't use if you're expecting. Not that it gives you an electrical charge. There's nothing like that's going on. It's not a good idea. It's not like it's just off limits for this one, for the Optima. It's not that it's just not in the question, but it's suggesting the instructions to talk to your physician or whatever, only because your hormones are crazy, cray all over the place when you're expecting, whether it's for a good reason or bad, and your hormones affecting your skin and everything like that. So it may make your skin more sensitive to anything. And the other option, issue could be with an expected person is that the hairs could get thicker. It can cause the hairs to get thicker or grow some weird way or whatever. It can change how your hair grows just for some reason, but it's all based on hormonal issues. So this is not, in my opinion, out of the question. It's just take into consideration your body is not in its exact normal state. So be careful with things that you're trying, only if you're expecting. That's all I'm talking about right now. Doesn't matter color of the hair or skin types or anything. It doesn't matter with this.
Your skin is just sensitive. Yeah,
it's just the only warning is with sensitive skin. That's the only warning. And that's pretty much with anything. All of these devices, stay away from molds and stay away from, of course, it's common sense to me, molds and what else would you have on your skin? Abrasions, sunburn, any type of a cut or anything that's just common sense. I wouldn't put anything across those. But I don't like to call it a common sense because sometimes we're doing things and I don't want to insult someone because you could like I've shaved my legs for years and all of a sudden notice a mold was there I've never seen before. So if I'm doing the same thing I'm always done, I'd have to okay, now I need to be a little bit more careful because there's a tiny mold there. That's all. So just be careful with things. Pay attention to your skin. Talk to a doctor, dermatologist, whatever. If you're just not sure, call someone, read up on it online, whatever. Just be safe. And this also comes with a little buffer. This is one of those type of buffers that you could just purchase out there to prep the skin. I'm guessing that's what this is for, to prep the skin. Or afterwards. I don't know which one. Because I didn't read that in the instructions. Because I don't always follow my instructions, you guys.
Do as she says, not as she does.
You do. I know. I'm so hard-headed. Oh, it's so soft. Oh, my gosh. Bald, but soft. Wow. That feels great. So there's a buffer. And then after any of these, remember you could use the No or something out there like that, the type of lotion that stops the hair growth. It helps to reduce hair growth.
Yeah.
It helps to reduce hair growth. I can't say just stops it. But for some people it may. So there's another great option. Because I know summer is coming, well, already here for most of us. And everybody's trying to get their cute on. And I want it to be an easier option. This is a quick option. It's compact for travel. The Optima emoji, I think it is. Optima, great for travel. This is excellent, excellent, excellent. If you're safe enough to use it, the No is still top. Out of everything, it's painless. To me, it's painless, and it says that it's painless. So if you're experiencing something while using these products, figure out what's going on with your skin possibly, because everybody can't do everything, and that's just the way life works. So consider that great for travel, because all you need is your little buffer. This is so small. I keep mine in my little case here with the mirror. I don't know what the mirror is for. Oh, if you're using it around your face.
If you're using it on your face, I guess.
I was going to say my legs need to see what they look like. I use this for travel like this. And this tucks in here. I just close it up like that. There's my travel case for my No. I usually keep the one laser tip in there that I'm going to use. I usually just keep it in there. You know what? I put the one for my face. I'll change it out later because I don't need that one. This I'm in love with now. I never used this part of it. I am in love with this. And it comes with a cap over both of them so they don't get caught on things. So neat. The only difference with this one, this that I know of only works plugged up.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't think it charges.
See?
I don't remember. It could just not be charged or it doesn't charge. I don't remember it ever.
I don't know.
I think it just works with a plug. If I'm not mistaken. I think you have to plug it up. So that's for this. That's for that thing is this really nice. If you're somewhere, of course, where you can plug something up, this is in here. It comes, everything is so compact in here. This is for the adapter cord plug, goes in here. And the little brush just sits in there somewhere. Closes up like that. All the instructions. Read these. I don't. Read yours. Read your instructions. I just pretty much looked at the basics. I'm not saying I just don't. I looked at the basics. I knew my skin was in good condition. I had no problems.
She didn't read them.
I didn't read it, but I'm still trying to talk around it. But I did not thoroughly read my instructions, but I did notice that my skin had no problems that I felt like would be an issue. And I'm looking at my arms, and I don't normally shave my arms. I guess with the darker hair, it doesn't show much. But if you're tanning, I think it's a good idea to shave.
When you're
going to do a spray tan,
shave.
And remember, for summer, your spray tan, things like that. Remember I showed the Dinair, and it's a good idea, or it's the instructional videos or whatever they have out there for the Dinair, and maybe if there are other systems out there, I'm not really sure, but the Dinair. With the tanning, it does suggest you shave the expected to tan area.
It's so it can stick to the skin and not the hair.
And the way it sticks to the skin, the thing about it is it absorbs in the skin. It doesn't just lie down on the skin. That's why 5 minutes or so after the Dinair tanning, it's dried on, because it literally absorbs in that top layer of your skin. Yeah, it absorbs in there. Yeah, so that's why. And it's a good idea to shave before using these spray tans. So that, just summer thingies, summer options. So I believe I've covered the things that I've used for prepping myself for summer. And another alternative, if you go away with all of this and say, I don't want to do any of that, go to a professional. They do an amazing job. They do an amazing job. When I've gone before, I loved it. And even if they're waxing or whatever, all the things you think, all the panics, if you got a really good person, which I think most or all of them are, it's amazing. And they put on you, after waxing, remember to apply some type of a moisture something to soothe the skin. Remember, the skin is it's almost like stressing it out
Yes,
to
ma'am.
wax it. You're putting a hot substance on, you're putting a hot product on it, and then you're ripping the hair follicles out. Use something to calm the skin back down. Just use something to calm it down. I usually try to find some kind of a really soft moisturizer. I could even use this.
Yeah,
I could use this
helps.
because it's to soothe behind shaving. And it specifies behind any type of shaving. It's to soothe the skin. So I use this as well. The only thing is with that, it's not the best smell right in the beginning. But I think it absorbs because it calms the skin down. Always treat your skin after shaving. Always treat to calm the skin back down. So anyway, that I believe is everything that I actually do use and have enjoyed. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. I hope it was give you an option of one of these you really may want to consider, because it is like long term, these two. Really long term with 3. Really long term. Especially this one.
Yeah.
Remember, years ago, I started with the no-no, and I still don't have hair growing back in those areas with this no-no. Amazing. So, okay, that being said, thank you guys so much for stopping by and learning about some of these products with me. And some things I use for the first time, you guys are seeing it. I think that I know it, and I'll just try it. So if I would have, my hair would have flown off, or something with my arm would have fallen off, you guys would have been the first ones to see that. So thanks again for stopping by to enjoy another video with me. And remember to like, comment, and subscribe. You guys have a really safe and healthy weekend. I would say healthy because I want people to stay in good health. You guys know what I'm talking about. Lexi's laughing. You guys understand. Okay, bye you guys. Bye-bye.